Hey everyone, my name is Xinhao Piao, and I'm a PhD student from Osaka University, Japan. Today, I have the pleasure of presenting our paper titled Fredformer, Frequency Debiased Transformer for Time Series Forecasting. This work is a collaborative effort among its authors, and I'm particularly grateful to my advisor, Assistant Professor Zheng Chen from Osaka University. Here. Time series data is typically viewed as complex frequencies that vary over time. Time series forecasting aims to uncover these patterns within this data and make predictions. Frequency analysis is a common approach to analyze its patterns, where certain patterns corresponded to specific frequencies, like these ones. And frequencies consistent across past and future data indicate patterns that persist over time, making them particularly valuable for accurate forecasting. Now, this raises an important question. How can we automatically learn these patterns and utilize them for accurate forecasting? So, many deep learning models have been already developed to learn these predictive patterns, and among them, transformer-based models have become mainstream due to their ability to capture long-range dependencies. But transformer-based models often tend to capture only the low-frequency components, while neglecting the high-frequency ones, showing a frequency bias. Here we present an example where the blue, green, and the red lines represent the frequency features of input data, future data, and the forecasting results. In this example, the highlighted frequencies are ignored in the frequency results. So why are these frequencies ignored? Due to their high frequency or low amplitude. And how can we help the model capture these frequencies and the debiasing? To answer these questions, we conduct the following analysis. So we wonder what factors influence the ability of transformers to extract these frequency features. And here we use an analytic metric of relative error to determine the frequency bias in the training process. The calculation of relative error is as follows. It is the ratio of the MSE forecasting loss for each frequency component k to its amplitude. Why we use this is because this dimensionless metric allows for an equal evaluation of the loss across components with different amplitudes. Well, to investigate the factors influencing the transformer, here we conduct experiments using synthetic data. The left figure presents the overview of the data and the results, including two cases. The difference between these two cases lies in whether the high amplitude components are in the low frequency or high frequency range. And we use the relative error to evaluate the learning process. Here, first, in the first case, the high amplitude component K1, after training, it is well captured, as you can see in the right line. And during the training, the error drops rapidly from black to white, from left to right, in the high amplitude component K1. And in the case 2, in the right side, the low amplitude component K4, well, is ignored. Even the K1 and K4, they are both low frequency components. And as you can see, during the training, the error remains high on low amplitude component K4. This suggests that the frequency bias in the transformer model is mainly driven by the differences in amplitude, not frequency. So based on this conclusion, we consider that what methods could effectively address this bias. Now we know that the differences in the amplitude cause the frequency bias, leading the model to focus on the higher amplitude. So here's the question. Can we address this bias by eliminating amplitude differences? So the left figure shows the first case of a new analysis. In this case, we use a transformer in the time domain for forecasting in the first. So given the t time steps of a time series from x1 to xt, we use transformer to learn the dependencies between these time steps. And as you can see in the result, this model, this transformer, mainly captures the highest amplitude, showing a frequency bias. And to eliminate the amplitude differences, we attempt to use an approach named frequency local normalization. So frequency local normalization, as illustrated in this figure, consists of two key operations. First, we patch in the frequency features into multiple local bands and performing normalization within each band independently. And as you can see, after this operation, by normalizing within each band, we can eliminate the amplitude differences between different frequency bands. And here is the result after applying local normalization, as shown in the left figure. As you can see, the model is starting to capture lower frequencies, lower amplitude frequencies. And this normalization helps prevent the model from ignoring lower amplitude components. Now, we have another question. So, how can we further enhance the ability of transformer to extract frequency features? Here, we consider that time domain signals are a mixture of complex frequency components. In this case, there are four frequencies in this data. Here, we attempt to deploy the transformer directly in the frequency domain by decreased Fourier transform. Here, given the input time series x, A here is the coefficient matrix of the Fourier transform, representing the frequency features. Then we employ local normalization to A and use a transformer to model the dependencies between frequencies. And as shown in the result, the model successfully captures all four frequencies. So let's revisit the question we mentioned before. So how can we help the model capture these frequencies and debiasing? The answer is the frequency bias can be reduced by, first, eliminating the amplitude differences, and the second, we can model the data in the frequency domain. And now I will introduce our method, namely Fredformer. Here is an overview of our method. The first step is DFT and patching. And the second step is frequency local normalization. Here are the details. So the first step aims to transfer the time domain signal into the frequency features. And the second step aims to eliminate the amplitude differences. So steps 1 and 2 aim to eliminate the amplitude differences between different frequency bands. And here comes the step 3. Step 3 is a transformer encoder to learn the features in each patch. Here, we present details of this transformer. As shown, the transformer encoder learns the relationships between different channels rather than different frequencies. So here, given the frequency features from C channels as input, the self-attention mechanism learns the correlations between these channels, not frequencies. So the step 3 aims to focus the model on the channel-wise relationships, not between frequencies, to further prevent the high amplitude frequencies from dominating in the learning process. And here we show the results. The first part of the results is frequency bias evaluation. Here, we present a case to compare the differences between the salty transformer-based models and Fredformer. Here, in the forecasting result of this transformer-based model, some frequencies are ignored after training, and the errors of these frequencies remain relatively high during the training. You can see it's all black. And in the result of Fredformer, these frequencies are successfully captured after the training. And during the training, the error of most frequencies dropped rapidly. This indicates that, compared to salty transformer-based models, Fredformer significantly enhanced the ability of the transformer to capture frequency features. And here comes the second part of our results. It's forecasting accuracy. So here, we show the forecasting results of our model and previous works on 3 popular data sets. And A represents our proposal Fredformer. This figure shows that Fredformer achieves the highest forecasting accuracy across all data sets. This success is attributed to Fredformer's ability to capture frequency features. And more detailed results can be found in our paper. And you can also find more details on our GitHub page from this link. And thank you for listening.
Thank you. We have time for a couple of quick questions in the back. Nope, back there. Oh, good.
Really interesting talk. Very complex. And one question about the channel selection. How do you decide on how many channels and what bandwidth the channels have?
Yes, the numbers of frequency bands, it depends on the data set. For different data sets, we have different number of frequency bands.
Is there another question? Who was going to ask? Yeah, please.
Yeah, so one of the results you have compared to like iTransformer, and iTransformer, the transformer is applied to model like across different like feature or different like channels or like different variable. But like in your case, is this transformer applied to the time direction or also the feature direction?
Yes, we compared to several transformer-based models in our paper, and here, due to the space limitation, I only shows the result of iTransformer. For more detailed results, you can access our paper. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? So I have one. Was there someone? Okay, I have one. It's follow up on the first question. Don't you feel there's some sort of model selection procedure that should be embedded in the process? Because if you deal with a lot of noisy data, there'll be lots of spurious peaks. And it would simply be impossible to have an a priori, spectral analysis that says, okay, here are the peaks. Even that is an implicit model selection, right? So have you thought about incorporating model selection into the process of picking the peaks? Because that would probably give you better numbers on recall precision or performance or whatever it is you have than what you've been suggesting, I would say. That makes, I don't know, what's your reaction to that?
Sorry, I can't say I fully understand your question, but to the limit of my knowledge, in this research, we don't know what kind of frequencies is exactly that doesn't change over time. But for each sample, we analyze the input data and the ground truth data in the same time. So if these peaks are both in the input data series and the ground truth, we consider it might be consistent over time, so it might be more important
Yeah.
than other frequencies.
We'll talk more. The question is, what peaks are present? How do you know? If somebody's labeled them good, if somebody hasn't on the input, what process can you do to deal with noise? Anyway, we'll go to the next talk, but I'll come follow up with you afterwards.
Thank you very much. I'll consider that. Thank you.
Thank you.